What's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Natalia, also known as Chef Rudakova, and you've just entered the zone of tofu. This video is part of the series of videos focused on the experimental subject of tofu, where we are going to be making an improved tofu, a better tofu, less boring and plain and more flavorful. And not from the perspective of cooking with it, but from the perspective of making it. And you can check out the first video over here. So make sure to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our new videos, because there is so much exciting content coming out soon. And in this video, I'm going to make a different flavor for our tofu. I'm going to attempt 3 different approaches and see which one is working, if any. And if you want to find out, you need to watch until the end. So for my first tofu experiment, I'm going to blend my soaked soybeans with tomato water instead of regular water and see how it goes. For the second one, I'm going to try to achieve more umami flavor and blend my soybeans with fish stock and a little bit of miso paste. And for the third one, I'm going to try something completely different, and I'm not going to use any soybeans, but instead I'm going to use chickpeas and see if it's going to give us any acceptable results. So without further ado, let's start. Our tomato-infused silken tofu didn't quite work out as well as I would have expected. And I think it's due to the high acidity in the tomato juice itself, which can work as the coagulant factor to the tofu itself. So I definitely need to work on that, and I need to do more research. And if you know the answer already, do let me know in the comments below. And now let's move on to the second tofu experiment. Okay, so our second miso umami fishy tofu is getting set, and I have to say it worked much better than the first one we did. I think because I made the decision not to bring the temperature of the tofu up before I added our kappa and iota carrageenans, which help to bring the ingredients together and prevent them from separating and splitting like I did in the first tomato-infused tofu. In addition to that, I've also accidentally tried to make an aero tofu from all the extra foam that I've created when I was trying to mix our molecular ingredients inside the tofu base. There was so much of this foam and it was such a waste to waste it, so I decided to make a few tofu blocks like that, and we're gonna see how it's gonna set and if it's going to be too fragile or not. So now let's move on to the third and final for this video, chickpea tofu. So here we go, the results of our 3 tofu experiments are finally ready. And as expected, our tomato-infused tofu didn't quite work out as well, and it's really fragile, it didn't unmold well. But I'm gonna taste it out anyway and see how it tastes, but I'm not too excited about it. The best looking tofu and the one that unmolded the best is our fishy umami tofu. Both the aero tofu and the normal tofu turned out quite nice, so it all comes out to taste right now, which I'm going to report to you soon. And the third one, the chickpea tofu, worked out better, but still it turned out to be too fragile and it did not unmold nicely. So let's taste. Smells like regular tofu, smells like soybeans. It's not good. When you take a bite of it, it falls out, it separates in your mouth right away, and you can feel this graininess, but you could also feel lots of acidity, which is interesting, but still it's not nice. It's not tofu, it's not acceptable. We need to work on that. Now the fishy tofu. Let's take it again. There is no distinctive fishy smell to it, but maybe there is taste. Let's try. That tastes much better. There is better texture to it. And you can definitely feel the aero bubbles, which is very surprising. But you can't say that it's tofu. Like it's different. It tastes different. There's different texture. But it's something interesting. Maybe it's something we can work on as well. Now let's try the third one. Okay, this one, the chickpea tofu, has the best texture, as I can see so far. But it has a very different smell. You can definitely smell the chickpeas, which not the best smell, to be honest. But let's try it, let's see. Actually, it's not as bad as I would have expected. I really expected it much worse. But it tastes kind of nice. It's still too watery to my taste. So we need to work on that as well. Maybe blend the chickpeas more to have more particles of chickpeas inside the chickpea milk. Yeah, I need to think about it. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think? What are your ideas on this matter? And in my next video, I'm not sure it's going to be a video or a short or maybe a note, I'm going to try the same thing but using nigari instead of carrageenans. So make sure to follow on that and ring that notification bell. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.